HarperCollins presents The Lost Diamond by Kathleen Mcgurl, read by Aasiya Shah. For everyone I worked with during my 31 years at John Lewis. Prologue, 1947. A storm rages over the Alps, a fierce storm, one that no one in their right mind would want to be out in, least of all in an aeroplane, flying high above the mountains in the midst of the storm clouds, buffeted by winds and beset by turbulence. Yet this is where Wilfred Fforbes-Whyte is, flying a route he has taken several times before, between London and Delhi, between the place he always insists on calling home and the place where he has lived almost all his life. The plane is a Lockheed Constellation, a workhorse of its time, with about 50 people on board. Some are businessmen, some are like Wilfred, a member of the British Raj, employed in the Indian civil service, though not for very much longer, for India is about to gain independence from Great Britain. Wilfred and others like him will then decamp to England to begin a new life in a country they barely know. As the plane lurches sickeningly yet again, Wilfred leans forward to clutch at the metal briefcase by his feet and holds on to it tightly. It wouldn't do to lose the case, or more precisely, its contents. All that Wilfred considers most precious in his life is bound up with that case, and its safety is of paramount importance. The case and its contents must reach their destination, otherwise everything he holds dear will be lost. All this is the diamond's doing, the diamond that nestles in its velvet box inside his briefcase. The legend says that it is cursed, and Wilfred has been warned that bringing it out of its native India will lead to no good. Maybe it has caused this terrible storm. Or perhaps he is being fanciful, and this brush with danger is robbing him of reason. He can no longer think straight. He is sweating profusely. He is scared, no, terrified, that this might be the end. It's not himself he worries about. It's the diamond. It's his daughter, Celia. The plane tips sideways, sending loose items flying around the cabin, then rights itself once more. Some passengers scream, some are crying, some are praying. Across the aisle, a young girl stares at him. She has long black hair. She is young and beautiful. For a moment, Wilfred thinks it's his wife, dear Alice, but then he blinks and remembers it cannot be her. It must be Celia then, and he reaches out to her to touch her hand, to reassure her that all will be well. It has to be. But then the plane plummets once more in an air pocket, and this time it is directly over Western Europe's highest mountain, Mont Blanc. Wilfred's grip on the briefcase loosens, and it slides away from him, down the aisle, past the dark-haired girl, who watches it go past her towards the cockpit of the plane, where the pilots are wrestling with the controls. Wilfred screams out in horror, and through the window beside him, he sees the mountain, its jagged rock and icy glaciers coming up far too fast towards him. This is it, he thinks. This is the end. And his final thoughts are of his darling Celia, though there is nothing he can do now to save her. Chapter 1. Lisa, 2023. This, Lisa said, as she gazed around at the magnificent alpine scenery, the snow-capped peaks under an azure sky, green valleys below, and a glacier tumbling down the mountain to her right, is exactly what I needed. Gabby grinned at her. Told you, mountain medicine. It always hits the spot. Thanks for insisting I came on this holiday with you. Lisa stepped off the path and found a flattish rock, then took off her rucksack and sat down. It had been a last-minute decision to come with Gabby. I needed a short break, though I'm not as fit as I'd like to be. She pulled her water bottle out and took a long swig. The water was warm,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?